Hi, this is Matt with Keep On Cruising, and today we're on the Norwegian Joy for a walking tour. Starting here in the Pulse Fitness Club up on deck 17, you can see as we head in there is a long wall of windows here so we can look out as we work out. They have a wide variety of cardio here. They've got plenty of treadmills as well as some step machines and some bicycles. You'll see also as we come up here, we're going to come up to some weight machines. The selection in weight machines is a little bit thin. There is enough if there's not a lot of people there for you to get through a workout in between the upper body and lower body equipment that they have. But you can see it's a rather small area. Just beyond that, they also have an area set up for free weights. Again, it's not a huge area. It does have enough space if it's not too busy, but we're going to exit out now onto deck 17 and head right to the very back of the deck and to Spice H2O, which is a complimentary adults only area at the very back of the ship. You'll see that they have a big screen here at the very back. They'll show various things throughout the cruise, including if there's a big sporting event, they'll have it there. They do have a sun deck set up with loungers out. And then they do have a couple covered areas as well as we pan back around here. And you'll see over here on the left side, they've got a bunch of seating. And then as we move in closer here, you'll see that there is a huge hot tub at the very back. It's about the width of 3 standard hot tubs, and then across the way from that they do have a full bar with additional seating. Again, this is a complimentary adults only venue at the very back of deck number 17. And continuing on deck 17, just outside of Vibe, we're going to find the American Diner, which is one of the complimentary dining venues here on NCL Joy. The hours of operation are kind of limited, as you can see there. It's really a lunch and afternoon type of venue. Does have some good food options. They've got nachos and chilies and burgers and fish and chips, as well as things that you'd associate with diners like meatloaf and chicken pot pie. Here's Ocean Loops, which is one of the water slides here on NCL Joy, but we're gonna head up the stairways here onto deck 18, which is gonna take us up towards the racetrack, which we'll see here, Norwegian Speedway. And the Speedway here, it is not complimentary. They charge, I believe, when we did it was $5 a person, which is not a bad fee considering the amount of ride that they give you and the fun that it is. Highly recommended to do at least one time for sure. And you can see here one of the cars that they actually put you in. We'll just take a quick peek over here at the check-in area and the track. Alright, and we're going to turn and move on. We're going to head up the stairs here up to the mini golf course, which is on deck 19. Here we go. You can see it's a fairly basic mini golf course. It's not elaborate at all like what you see on NCL Aqua or some of the new Prima class ships. But it's definitely a passable way to get some time outside. As we pan around here, we can look out onto the Vibe Beach Club, which you can see here down on deck 17. But we're going to turn and we'll move on. All right, back on deck 18, we're going to turn and we're going to head to the other side. And they've got another set of stairs here that will take us up to deck 19. As we go past here, we're going to pan over to the right. You're going to get a better look at that Aqua Loops Racer, which again is one of the water slides that they have available here. And then as we make it to the top of the stairs, you're going to see that they have a nice viewing area where you can get a good look at the race. So if you want to get an idea of what it's like to be in the race, or you've got somebody racing and you want to watch them, they've got a nice viewing area for you up here on deck 19. But we're going to head on down and get ready to continue on with our tour as we step back down onto deck 18. Alright, and from deck 18 we're going to step back down onto deck 17 again. And as we come down here, you'll see they do have a sun deck area set up out here, lots of seating. They've got a walking, jogging track as well, but you can see based on the way they have things set up, it is a pretty tight space. We'll pan back around here. We see the sign for the other water slide that they have here, the Aqua Racers. We'll turn in a minute and we'll take a look at that. But as we open up here, right above where the pool is, the main pool area, you can see they've got a lot of settings set up. There's plenty available up here. It's not quite as busy on the pool deck, and they have both covered and uncovered seating here. We'll pan and take a quick look. Now you can see that Aqua Racers water slide over there on the far side. We'll just pan around and take a look at the pool deck. It is a big wide open space. And then we'll just turn and we're going to continue back towards the aft of the ship. Continuing on here on deck 17 as we head towards the front, you'll see they've got a rather large size chess set up. So they do have a little area set up here for gaming, as well as a couple of ping pong tables, table tennis, which is available. They got plenty of paddles and balls. It is open to the one side, so keep that in mind. The ball has a tendency to fly a little bit at sea. We're going to turn in onto the interior of deck 17 real quick. And we'll see the entrance there at the back for the Haven. That's all locked down. It's a space of its own. They have their own pool and beach club area back there as well. But exiting back out onto the other side now of deck 17, we'll see that they have a couple more table tennis, ping pong tables here. And then they'll have another rather life-size chess set out as well. But we're going to take a walk up here. We're going to head up onto deck 18 now at the front of the ship. And we'll see here on deck 18, as we've made it to the other side of where the pool area is, they've got additional seating up here, mostly covered, but a little bit of uncovered as well. You'll find these little pockets of space, outdoor areas and interior areas all over NCL Joy, where you can find your own space, which is really nice for those of us who don't want to feel crowded. There's always an area you can find. But we're going to head up now onto deck 19 on this area of the ship. And we'll see here as we get towards the top, they have more additional seating put out. This is all open seating facing the ocean. And then we've got a little walking deck here on deck 19 now as we're heading forward again. Heading back towards the pool area up here on deck 19. You'll see they have another seating area set out here. This chair is a good place to grab a look down onto the main pool deck area from here. And just another space, it really doesn't get all that busy, where you can find some areas for yourself. And popping back inside here on deck 16, and we're going to find ourselves at the Garden Cafe, which is the buffet on board. And we'll see here as we walk in, they've got a drink station right at the entrance. Got coffees and cold juices. We're all set up for breakfast now. They have a bar here on the right hand side as we come through. And they have a large variety of things that are set out. It's a rather large buffet. It's got a lot of wide open walking spaces, so you can get around fairly easily without banging into other people. There's plenty of seating set out. And while it's rather open, they tend to break it down into different areas, so you can always find a quieter space. One of the things that impressed me about the way they set their buffet up at breakfast time is they had multiple omelet stations set up, so you could get fresh eggs made how you wanted, whether you wanted omelet or over easy or a hard fried egg. You could get that every morning. There was always 3 to 5 omelet stations set up. There was never an issue. But at breakfast they also had, like I said, cold options, cereals and fruits. I never had any issues finding what I was looking for here at Garden Cafe. Exiting Garden Cafe on deck 16 here at the very front, and we're going to turn and head back towards the middle of the ship, which is going to take us out through this set of doors here, and we'll be back out onto the main pool deck. This is a large open space. They have plenty of seating set out. You can typically find a place to sit as well. They've got the bar out here on the corner. They got the Waves bar. They do have 2 pools on this deck. You can see here they're not overly large pools, especially considering the amount of passengers that the ship holds. I still didn't ever see it all that crowded. They have a stage set up here. They do a lot of performances outside, live music and competitions. You can see here as we continue on, we're going to come up onto the Children's Splash Park. So they've got an area for young kids over here, as well as a family pool over to the left of that. So they are set up well for families if you get a multi-generational group that's touring. It's definitely a great option, I think, because they've got activities for the children to do, even if the pool area itself is not overly large. We're going to continue on down deck 16 here, heading towards the back. And walking back inside here at the back of deck 16, and we're going to come to 2 different things as we pan around here. If we look to either side, there's going to be an entrance in for the Mandara Spa. We'll avoid that for privacy reasons, and we're going to turn and head back into the video arcade. As we walk in here, the arcade isn't free. This is something that you pay for as you go. However, they do have packages available, so if you want to have some control over the money that you give your children up in the arcade, you can buy them a package, and that way they can use up what they have without tapping into your onboard charges. You can see that it's a fairly spacious arcade. They've got a lot of different things set up, video games as well as air hockey, and then we'll see they even have skee ball back here in the corner. It's a large space. They also have an entrance there into the teen club. We're going to turn and we'll exit the arcade now. Alright, and stepping down here onto deck 15 and then heading to the very front, we're going to find the Observation Lounge. Observation Lounge, it's set up with a lot of seating. It's all separate little areas so that you can have an area to yourself. It's ideally set up for getting a good view out at the ocean regardless of what the weather is. They have typically like light food setup, like a continental breakfast early in the day, and then they'll have a setup with lunch type of snacks, more savory type of snacks later on. You can see that there's a large variety of the different type of seating that they have, and there's certainly no shortage of it. While I was on board, I also used this as a afternoon area where I could get some work done. So they do have good Wi-Fi here on the ship, and it was generally pretty quiet. As we head to the very front of the ship here and the front of the observation lounge, you can see they've got a 2-story window at the very front. It's very bright. Lots of different types of sitting there. And then as we cut back, you'll see that they do have a full bar set up in this area. They'll have another food station over here on the left and drink station. And then yes, they have a Starbucks here up in the observation lounge. So if you need to get your caffeine fix, this is a full Starbucks shop. They have everything you need right here. Decks 9 through 14 are all staterooms, so we're going to jump down here onto deck 8. At the midship area on deck 8, and we'll see here over on the left hand side they've got cellars, which is the wine bar on board. They have quite a large selection. They also host a lot of wine tasting events here over the course of the cruise. And then directly across from that we're going to see La Cucina. La Cucina is the Italian specialty dining area here on board. It's got a classic but modern feel to it. It's got plenty of seating inside as well as outside. One of the nice features of NCL Joy is most of your specialty dining areas will have both interior and exterior seating. When it's nice weather outside, not too hot, it gives you another way to enjoy your dinner al fresco. We'll head back inside, and we'll see across from La Cucina and next to Cellars is Ocean Blue. Ocean Blue is the specialty seafood restaurant here on NCL Joy. Also has a nice elegant interior. It's a little bit smaller than what La Cucina is, but then once again it'll have both interior as well as exterior seating. We'll turn and we'll head back inside on deck 8. And we'll turn here and we'll head towards the back of the ship up here on deck 8. And we're going to enter into a really lovely central atrium. It's a 678 is the heart of the Norwegian Joy. And you can see here this atrium, which is lovely with the sculptures and with the chandelier and the lit stairs. You can actually look down over the rail and you can see from 8 down onto 7 and down onto 6. But we're going to turn here into one of the really fun night spots, and that is Mojitos. They host Latin music each night. It's live. It's happening. If you're looking for a quieter vibe, though, there is a back door here which will take us out onto the ocean area where they have an outside bar at night, as well as a bunch of seating where you can find your own quiet place. Well, let's head back inside. 6, 7, 8, this atrium, it really is the heart of the ship that you do everything at, whether it's dining or entertainment, guest services, the casino, which you can see down there. You'll have access to all of these right through the atrium here at 6, 7, 8 via stairways. Beautiful stairways at that. But we're going to turn around here to the left, and just past a little bit of shopping, we're going to come to what is probably my favorite entertainment venue on the Joy, and that is the world famous Cavern Club. We can see here as we're walking up to it, they have signage on the outside which looks legitimate. Now this place is set up to the same dimensions and with the same type of decor that was found at the original Liverpool Cavern Club, home to, and fittingly enough, the Beatles, who on this particular ship have a fantastic live band that covers Beatles. From the look to the sound, these guys really have it down. They'll also do one later in most cruises in the theater, which covers later hits. This is all the earlier hits, but I highly recommend it. Get there a little early because it is small. And exiting the Cavern Club here, back out into the 6, 7, 8 atrium, and we're going to find some shopping. Who goes shopping on a cruise ship? I'm not sure. I think we've all bought something here and there, but apparently they make quite a bit of money off of it. As we get past the retail here, we're going to go through a hallway on deck 8. And that's going to end at an alcove here that features Cagney's and Le Bistro's, which are two of the specialty dining options here on Norwegian Joy. It has a very sophisticated vibe as we walk down the hallway to this central area here at the back of the ship. They've got a nice central bar in between the two venues and lots of seating. We'll head over here to Cagney's first, which is a classic American steakhouse experience. They have an open kitchen to the dining area, so you can see them cook out the steaks. Another interesting feature of this central bar area is there's a little glass atrium that looks down onto the dining room below the Grand Pacific. But I digress. Let's get back to where we're at. And over at Le Bistro, which is a classic French cuisine restaurant with classic French interior design to match. As we head to the front of the public space here on deck 8, we'll come to another couple venues, the first of which is Food Republic. Food Republic is they call it an Asian-inspired food menu. It's mostly smaller plates, and you'll see things like sushi and sashimi to rolls to, Asian hand foods like bulgogi, as well as, more traditional American things like skewers. You order these from a tablet, you can order what you need. It's all a la carte, and they will bring it and deliver it to your table. On the other side down here is District Brewhouse. District Brewhouse specializes in specialty craft beers, and they have some of their own here. And additionally, beyond that, they have a wide selection on tap as well as in bottles. They also do get some live music in here at night. And we'll start our tour of Deck 7 here at the very back of the ship with the Manhattan Room, which is the largest of the 3 dining rooms here on Norwegian Joy. They all have exactly the same menu. However, the Nice thing about the Grand Manhattan is it's bigger, it's at the back with glass windows all around. It's got a very classic dining room vibe to it and lots of light from the outside. This dining room is open for dinner every night. You'll also find that occasionally it is open for breakfast. We're turning and we're going to head back out from where we came and up deck 7, heading now towards the front. And continuing on, deck 7, right at the heart of this 678 is the casino. They've got 2 casinos on here. The smaller one is the smoking casino. The larger one is the non-smoking casino and has the bar. And continuing on deck 7 here, we're going to exit the casino and we're going to head into the local. The local is the pub that is found here on NCL Joy. This is something you find on all Norwegian ships. Sometimes it's called Oceans, but on this ship and the newer ships it's called the local. You can see it looks down here onto the main lobby on deck 6. It's split into 2 places. One half is more the area for getting drinks. It's right by the bar. And then as we walk over here, on the left-hand side, we're going to have the area that's designed for those who really just want to get a meal. And they are open. They have a breakfast menu, a lunch menu, a late night menu as well. They're open 24 hours a day. It's nice they've got seating up here as well, looking down, because they will do shows down there on the main floor, and you can catch them right up there in the local. And we're going to continue down deck 7 as we walk towards the end of the deck here at the very front, and that is going to bring us to the theater. The theater itself is a large space here at the front of the ship. It occupies deck 6 and deck 7. They do all their main production shows here. And on the show that we had, every night they had something that was enjoyable to watch for sure. The technology that they have in here is really exceptional. It makes you feel like you're part of the action. But we're going to turn now and just off of the theater, inside the alternate exit here to the local, we're going to see that they have an additional arcade, this one off of the local. So while they have the one upstairs, which is bigger and right off the teen club, this one here is geared more towards adults that are having a few drinks and then want to play some games. Alright, and dropping down to deck 6 just below, and we'll see here at the front of the ship just behind the theater is Q's Texas Smokehouse. And this is a venue here. Besides the barbecue cuisine, they host nightly shows. They've got a house country band. They are quite good. Exiting out of Q's here, we're going to head over onto the library and card room, which is a little quiet space that they kind of have hidden away up here at the front of the ship. We'll just pop our head in here. You can see they've got tables and they've got games and books set out. We'll just do a quick spin here. All right, and exiting the library and card room here, we're going to continue towards the back. And this is going to open up onto the main lobby here down on deck 6. We'll see as we walk forward here, there's plenty of seating. They've got windows that look out onto the ocean. And then fairly importantly to some of us, as we walk forward here, they have another Starbucks location. So they have 2 Starbucks on board for you to get your caffeine fix. And then as we look over back onto the main lobby itself, you can see this is where it opens up. And we've got the main lobby bar. And then we've got guest services over there in the corner. You can see they've got a large screen set out here. As I mentioned, they do shows here as well as presentations. But we're going to continue on. Heading towards the back of Deck 6 now, we're going to come to the ground floor of the 678 atrium. And we're going to find a couple other venues down in this area. You can see over here the yellow. This is the comedy club on board. It's a nice space. They did live comedy almost every night while I was on board. It gives you a nice feel that you don't get when they do these shows in a bigger venue. They also host some other shows here as well. Exiting the social comedy club, we'll head across the way here, and what we're going to come to is another one of the specialty restaurants on board. This is Teppanyaki. Teppanyaki is the hibachi restaurant on board. It's quite a large space on NCL Joy, which we'll see here in a second. It really opens up in here. It's a great time if you've never done hibachi, or if you have done hibachi, highly recommend it. Good time. All right, and as we exit Teppanyaki, right across the way, we're gonna find ourselves at Malting's. Malting's is the whiskey bar on board. It has a really nice layout. It's got a lot of space in here as well. It's got a real laid-back lounge type of environment to it. I really liked this place, and it generally was one of my favorite places to stop at night. And exiting Malting's, and we're going to make a left turn here. We're going to walk through the art gallery, and we're going to end up at one of the other main gathering spots at night, which is this end hub where they've got the mix bar and then the 2 dining rooms, Savor and Taste. One of the nice things about Norwegian's freestyle dining is all 3 dining rooms have the exact same menu, so you could go to a different one each night and enjoy them all, or pick whichever one is less busy. The mix bar in between has lots of seating. It's really a great place to meet up with everybody before you hop into dinner. Great environment. Heading out of here, we're going to head to the end of the hall, and they've got a section set up where they have all their banners and a full-size replica of the ship. And that concludes our walkthrough tour of the beautiful NCL Joy. This has been Matt with Keep On Cruising. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and remember to subscribe. Thanks, and we'll see you next time.